Okay, take 2. Let's try this again. At this point in my art journey, I find myself needing to practice character creation and character design. And when thinking about how to do so, I was looking for prompts and that's when I realised Inktober was coming up, and I thought, why not just use those? I shall warn you, I am definitely not going to be following the rules in this thing. Obviously, I won't go beyond inking, but I do not expect myself to be consistent every day, particularly because that would be a failure expectation on someone who is chronically ill. Rule 1 of this challenge for myself is that I will be doing 10 prompts in each art video / art piece. Another rule I've set myself is that each prompt has to be included and it has to be obvious. And the third and final rule I'm setting for myself is that I have to draw a character within a scene, not just a character floating in mid-space, you know, the basics that I end up going towards. Okay, so the first 10 prompts are crystal, suit, vessel, knot, raven, spirit, fan, watch, pressure, and pick. So when I was kind of prepping for these videos, I was kind of trying to draw ideas in my head to see if this would work, and one of the ideas I had was of a scene of a girl who is a mage in practice, and using the idea of pressure and pick, she would essentially be perhaps maybe in her room or a workshop and she's practicing for exam, or maybe she's in an exam at this stage and part of the exam is having to pick from a set of crystals, and that may perhaps decide your future or something. Or the other idea was, if she was practicing in, say, her room, we could have her like with a corner workshop studying, and then you could see like elements of her room. That in a sense would actually give us more play area. So the idea I had for character design is obviously to have her in a suit. If she was taking, say, a test or she was practicing for a test, I kind of feel like maybe she's a mage in training or something and the suit would be part of her uniform. So first and foremost, I'm going to go with a blazer, and for some reason I'm thinking a short arm blazer. I kind of think it'd be cute. I have a feeling that she's like the fashionable maid for some reason. I mean, I guess if you have a prompt like suit, you gotta go down the fashionable route. The only gloves like style I'm thinking of is of Midoriya's in Boku no Hero, where they're very like chunky and thick. If you're messing with magic, you must be protected. Oh, that means maybe she has some goggles on her head. I was thinking, why don't I put it in her hijab? Because, well, I wear her hijab and that's kind of the main kind of characters I've been drawing for a long while, because we need more hijabi characters. Which is partly why I like drawing scarves a lot, I think, because they always have that element of elegance to them. That kind of reminds me of like why I used to like drawing capes, which is like that flowy element to it. They're always fun to draw. So the idea I have for the last 3 of the prompts is something that combines all 3 of them together, which is that she herself is a vessel of a raven spirit. Perhaps maybe in this world animal familiars are attached to your body, and so the way I wanted to portray that was kind of like Genie in the Lamp style, where she has, say, like a squiggly little tail coming out of her that belongs to a raven. Okay. To start with, I'm going to first cover everything that needs to be covered with a light wash of diluted ink. I don't think I want it too dark, at least initially, just so I can add some more shading as well. And just in case I go too dark and you can't go backwards from too dark, but it's just not really light. Kind of using it like watercolor, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna want some above the eyes, around the shadows of the face, the nose slightly, and a light grey wash over her scarf, as well as her gloves. Darker shade down here for the inside of the scarf. And I think I'm going to actually colour the trousers in this colour, and then go over it with a shimmer later on. Oh, I forgot goggles. She was supposed to have goggles. Ah! I think I'm going to fill them in with a bit of ink first, just for the shades, and then I'll outline them. What happened to that face? I messed up the raven. It's okay. It happens. I haven't even figured out her name yet. She should have a name, after all, we are character designing. I feel like she's an Amber. I don't know why that's the only name that's sticking out in my head. Amber or Ember? You decide. What should her name be? I think her pupils are going to be completely shining one colour rather than having some black detail or white detail to kind of emphasize that she's in a state of performing some sort of power. Okay, time to attempt hands. I think I might do Arabic numerals just for the pure sake of it. And then we'll have piping designs. Perhaps this is like an old building and they just have like evident piping because it was an old big building perhaps transformed into a workshop. Perhaps it's a secret workshop that no one else knows of, that she's transformed in her own time and away from everyone else. Just because she's the antisocial type. Perhaps she's too introverted that she didn't make friends on the first day and now it's too late to make friends and now she's just like hiding in her own workshop. Coffee jug! Definitely a coffee jug. Potions. Eat a pile of books, definitely. These are some old scrolls I thought she might have like taken out from the library and brought down to her. Or perhaps what if she found some of these scrolls within the warehouse that she's turned into her new workshop? I wonder who the warehouse used to belong to. Perhaps it used to be an old church instead of a warehouse. So perhaps someone else used this place as a workshop before her and they left their notes behind and she's using them to help improve her magic. Some crates here for which she uses to store food, which are obviously pot noodles because she's not a good cook. She needs to learn her magic, okay? That's more important for her. She'll learn to cook when it involves magic. I feel like she's a type who just like gets obsessed with one thing and everything has to relate to it, although she's not interested in it. So perhaps everything needs to relate to magic, although she's not interested in it, even though she's not very good at it, perhaps. Let's colour in the crystals and then we'll outline them. Okay, I'm gonna stop touching it now. I just... I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. Part of me is like, oh my god, I created this. But also like, my attempt was to try and differentiate like layers of the scene, so background and foreground. But I don't think I've like separated it enough. I don't know how I feel about this. Part of me is like, oh my god, I created this. Like, I've not done something like this, like a detailed scene before. But another part of me is like, there's just too much in the scene. There's just too much going on, I think. It's just too busy. But I think that's something that I will try and improve on when I do the next Inktober piece, God willing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this attempt. I think that's what I'm going to call it, an attempt, not a fail. I try to be more positive about my work, and there are things I am happy about. Like, I don't think I would have created this like a while ago. Like, this is not something that I'm used to doing. I'm used to just drawing like floaty characters in mid-space or something, or just standing there posing as if I'm taking a picture of them. And I like the way it's going. I do like the way it's going. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.